The jury has spoken. Bill Cosby was found guilty on 3 counts of sexual assault. It's a shock to everybody that I talk to. Everybody say that they are shocked. Some of us are feeling victorious, some of us are feeling sad, and some are feeling just plain angry. You're watching Sister Talk TV show. I'm Deetra Kelsey, your host. Please call in the show, chime in, 212-757-1393. I love to know your thoughts. Actually, just what do you think about? What do you think about the verdict? What do you think about Bill Cosby? What do you think about his legacy? What do you think about the victims? The victims. Their cries, their voice has finally been heard. Maybe the pain has stopped. We don't know yet. What's next? 212-757-1393. 212-757-1393. We have a video for you all. Is the video ready? Let's talk. 212-757-1393. Let's talk about Bill Cosby, the trial, and his victims. With me to discuss all of this is Mark McPhee, brother of Sister Talk. Hi, Mark.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Community activist in Harlem, grown, right? You're from Harlem, right? Born and raised in Harlem. Sitting next to Mark is Maury Moss.
Yes.
She's a member of Community Board 10, and also she is a community activist.
Yes.
Thank you. First time
Thank
gracing
you.
the set
Thank you.
on Sister Talk TV show. Welcome.
Thank you.
And also my main girl, sister friend, Cynthia TURNQUEST-JONES. How you doing?
I'm great. How you
One of the
doing?
womb warriors out here. She's not going to stop. She's going to keep it up. Teacher / community activist. She's doing a lot of things. Later on, we're going to talk to all 3 of you all to tell us what you all been doing, keeping the struggle. The struggle's not over. All right, let's begin. Let's talk. Let's talk. You all call in 212-757-1393. Let's just talk. How did y'all feel about this? Were you sad? Was it victorious? Were you angry? What guilty? I'm like, when I saw it, I was like, I was shocked.
I have a lot of feelings about this, and a lot of dialogue obviously has been going on social media. Social media will not stop buzzing about the situation since it began and since its inception. It's hard to believe. I mean, I grew up watching the Cosby Show. The ideal, it inspired generations to go to historically black colleges and universities, which is what I did. I went to Hampton University.
I did too, but go ahead.
Following the footsteps of my mother, I was a legacy for Hampton. Bill Cosby was a huge role model to so many people. So this is a juxtaposition of who his character was on television. For him to to even fathom that he could do something or make choices of that degree to women is unfathomable, and it hurts. It hurts our community and it hurts women. But it's hard to believe that he would even do something like that.
Yeah, please.
And that is what is so harsh. A lot of people are upset though because they feel as though people are saying that, you know, Bill Cosby was a victim of this, that he was targeted. But then what about the victims? Are their voices silenced? Is it not happen? I mean,
well, you know, what do you all think out there in TV land? What do you all think about Bill Cosby? No judgment. I just think we just need to talk about this as in our community as a people. But here's a man who broke down racial barriers. I mean, if it wasn't for a different world, a lot of people would not have gone to college. He inspired a lot of people to go to college, but also he had this dark side. You know, he had this dark side.
So who doesn't have a dark side? That's number one, right?
Right.
Number two, is it a dark side? I mean, I know that might make some people flabbergasted while they're listening to me. So we have, you know, and anytime something like this happens, then we start doing the Venn diagram with comparing and contrasting individuals, right? So you have, I'm not sure of his first name, but I know his last name is Sheenan.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen. So Charlie Sheen, he was boasting and grandiose of his sexual predatoring behavior, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And
yeah.
still allowed to continue on the journey of being an actor and things of that nature.
He's still getting a check.
Right.
Actually, yeah.
So the entire thing is sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
On both parts, right?
Yeah.
The entire thing is sad.
The entire.
He who is without sin cast the first stone.
So you think it's not fair? Is that what you're saying? You think it's not fair because the only person that appears to be going to jail is Bill.
There was a lot of things going on, but he can't go to jail because it's out of because of the statute of limitation. He cannot go to jail.
Really?
He can't. He cannot go to jail. What it is that they have him on the predators list, right? That's what I call it.
In a chain on his ankle.
On his name, a chain on his name. The chain never came off. That's the number one thing that we need to recognize, that this is slavery at its finest, right? So you know you might pick all the cotton and get the most cotton, but you're going back on that for sale block.
I mean, I just feel like our biggest issue within our community is that this was a leader, a pioneer, somebody who, you know, aspired to higher heights and then caused other people to aspire to higher heights, and then to learn something like this that was happening. It's very disconcerting. And then as a community, we have to focus on how do we deal with these things? What do we think about these things? And how, I mean, it almost sets a precedence. On the other side of the coin, we're also looking at, there are a list of a myriad of other people, as you name someone, there's Harvey Weinstein. I mean, there's so many other, you could go down the list of people over the past year who have been called out as a #MeToo situation. And none of them have had to deal, we haven't seen so far any of that being dealt with to the level of Bill Cosby. It hurts that we have to stand up for women and women's issues, because women's issues are very important. Women are treated like second-class citizens to this day. We don't have equity in pay. We do not have equity in stature. We do not have equity across the board. So whenever a woman is victimized like this, we have to take it seriously. However, my heart is torn, and I hurt for Bill Cosby, I hurt for our community, and I hurt for the women that were victimized.
What do you say, Mark?
Well, first of all, I want to start off by saying that I was a staunch supporter of Brother Bill Cosby, and I want to take a look and revisit some of the charges. Aggravated indecent assault, penetration without lack of consent, penetration while unconscious, and penetration after administering an intoxicant.
Right.
You know, we have to support our women. We have to make sure that women are protected, but also at the same time, at the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, has justice been served?
Let's take this phone call. Caller, you watching Sister Talk TV show.
Hello, hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was watching Facebook yesterday. There's a sister from this site called FlyNubianQueen.com.
Yeah.
Her name is Shauna.
Mm-hmm.
Ettienne.
Okay.
She broke it down to the letter. She was she's a social worker too. She basically was empathizing with Cosby's wife and how Cosby's wife chose to come for that last court appearance, how well she looks, how she's been married to Cosby Dietrich for 50 years. The humiliation, you have to watch it. It's like 49 minutes. The sister broke it down to the letter. How could she's like, why, she wanted to say something about that guy, the girl that looks like a man that's going to get 3 points.
Well, that's another issue I had. Go ahead.
A woman look like a man. She didn't bring that part up. I'm bringing it up. She was just saying how could he have reduced himself to these type of women, and why do black men fall so easily prey to white women? She can't understand that. Even if it was sisters, why go that low and all kind of thing here?
Okay, for the record, I understand that she is half black, half white, half black, and all that. What do you all say about her comment?
The comment in regards to him reducing himself.
It's a psychological thing. Like so he's been convicted, so they're saying he is guilty. It's not even a question of guilt in the court's eyes.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's a psychological thing that many of us do not have the expertise to understand. You would have to be a psychologist to study the predatory mindset in order to understand that. A victim, though, is a victim. If these women are telling the truth about what has happened, it's not something to be taken lightly.
Right.
Yet our hearts ache because this man was an icon.
Right.
He was a positive icon. I mean, he aspired. Look, to even think of that you could be a lawyer and you could be a doctor. I mean, it was like the first concept of the Obama family, if you will, in the African American community.
You want to say something?
Good. Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was about to say that, at some point, as much as we love Brother Bill, and if you're a certain age, you go beyond the Cosby Show. You might go back to I Spy. You might go back to Uptown Saturday Night.
Hey,
a piece of the action.
Company?
And shows like that. But at some point, we have to deal with some type of mental illness on Brother Bill Cosby.
Right.
Because why would you put yourself in that position? Why would you constantly, put yourself in a position where these people can make those type of accusations?
And he knows the history. Caller, what do you have to say? What's your name? Where are you calling from? Caller?
Yes, hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Jaquita. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Hi.
And I would like to talk about Bill Cosby.
Sure.
I can't get over it. I really can't. I feel like every day it's somebody new. And pretty soon, we're not going to be left with anybody else except our president, even though he's got the most issues.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
So what do you think? What do you think about his legacy?
Well, I mean, he was a good influence back in the day, but as we learn more about him, how could he be likable at all? There's nothing to like. And it's really sad because even Brian Williams, he was a good news reporter, but now he's nothing and no legacy, and it's sad.
Okay.
Because I don't know, there's a tough place. Because do we focus on his wrongdoings or the good he did?
Okay. Thank you. We're going to take this other phone call. We're going to talk about what you said.
so much.
Thank
I'm a
you.
big fan.
Caller, what's your name and where you
Hi,
calling
yes.
from? Hi.
My name is Mac. I'm calling from New York City.
Hi, Mac. How you doing? What do you have to say?
Well, I'm just really angry at the fact that his legacy that he has created on TV will not be able to live on anymore. And that kids, my children, can't watch his show anymore without looking his name up and seeing something negative that's connected to that. And once you see that negative thing connected to his name, you're not going to support the positive things that the show brought out. As I watch TV nowadays, even though we have shows like Blackish, they still teach vulgarness on, they still curse, they still are inappropriate. Some shows and some episodes I can't watch with my daughter. But when I watch the Cosby Show, I can watch every episode with her, and there's nothing I can censor her from. But when I watch TV now to show her things that we can connect with, there's a lot of things that I have to censor her from, so she can't watch because she's not of age to understand the things that are happening.
So why do you think they do things like that? Why do you think that now, why do you think that now, in retrospect to how when we grew up, where we can sit down and we can watch television and not have to worry about vulgarness, opposed to now? So what do you think is going on?
Carla, you still there?
Is the call still there?
They hung up. They hung up.
Because
no more calls?
Because if you know, like, so we're talking about his legacy. We're talking about the shows that he put out there, right? Okay, so we will not erase the fact that his shows made a major impact
on everybody.
On everybody.
On everybody. Yeah.
It cannot be erased, right? So what needs to be addressed is the mental illness.
Exactly.
Right? So on many aspects. So, you know, as a teacher in New York City Department of Education, and working in schools in the middle of the projects, the sexual predator is there in living color, right? Where you have a mother who comes in and she's maybe 26 years old and she has around 7 children by 5 different men who all live in the same projects. That is predatory behavior. So we're talking about the mental part of this.
But isn't it interesting that Bill Cosby created a media forum of positive images which got away from these negative stereotypes that you just got through talking about, a woman who would have all of these relationships and all of these children and so forth, and he promoted positive family involvement.
Hold up, caller. Go ahead.
He has this on his so the question is, back to what Mac was saying, how do you separate how do you preserve the positive legacy from and separate the taint? Can you even do that?
Hold that note. I just want to take this phone call. Caller, what do you have to say? What's your name and where you calling from?
I just got cut off.
Okay.
What I understand is that if you have vulgarness on TV, you discredit a person's, the way they speak, the way they act, the mannerism of who they are. The Cosby Show promoted a way where you can be funny without cursing.
Yes.
A way where you can enjoy, you can be proud of your sexuality or proud of your skin or proud of who you are without being an idiot or being a buffoon.
Yes.
And nowadays, we can't be on TV unless there's one buffoon, unless we're cursing, unless we're showing our body, unless we're showing something sexual. As if the mind has developed, as a mind in the black community is destroyed, and we won't understand anything if we're not being vulgar. But education will never strive in our community because they don't want us to promote education. As I sit at work, I look at all my other coworkers, and the people in the top position, for some reason, are all Caucasian. And when we bring it to our manager's attention, the first thing she said is, well, I don't control the recruitment of who gets hired and fired.
Right.
But in college, I learned in business class that the manager has to say so on who she wants to hire or who she wants to hire.
Okay, caller, we have to go to the next call. Thank you, Mac. Thank you for calling back. Caller, where are you calling from and what's your name, please? Caller? They hung up. Okay.
Yeah,
I
want to say this. If you recall, once upon a time, Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC.
Right.
And so he was considered a dangerous man. And then if you think about the last 20 years without the Cosby Show, you had shows like Love and Hip Hop, the Real Wives of Atlanta. TV was dead. And so Bill Cosby was on his way of making a comeback in television. And this is when this whole thing came out. So at some point, if you follow the dots, there was always a conspiracy to get him.
Okay, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate for a second.
Come on
I'm gonna
with
be
it.
the devil's advocate. Do y'all really, this is from social media, do you all really think it's because he was gonna go to Netflix and join with NBC at the same time to put on positive images that the Illuminati or whomever were after him, say, oh, no, no, no. You know, do you think that? Because people are saying, when he tried to buy NBC to get all these people together, that was like 20 years ago. You know, they could have done something then. He
has always been a threat. That's number one.
Exactly.
So he's always been a threat, right? And so I would not doubt it. I'm not going to doubt it. I'm not going to. I know the things that he did was wrong, but I do not doubt and put it out of my mind where him putting forth saying that he wants to buy NBC, that was a part of the plan, where we're going to put this inside of this envelope in the back. So we know all of this about this brother right here. And if he try to come back out again with this positive black family, with black individuals going to college, with a wife being a lawyer, and the father being a doctor, with Theo having a learning disability and still making it as a black boy. If we come back out again with it, we're gonna open up the envelope, and the winner is.
But that's where the problem is. The envelope should have never ever happened, and that's the problem.
You're right.
And that just goes to show you that we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard.
Okay, I want to say my last words about Bill Cosby. Gabrielle Union said something about it. She's a rape survivor herself. And she just said that this is just the first domino to go with many, many more. There's a lot of people who should be very worried about their freedom, because justice is coming for you. And if you think you've aged out of justice, think again, because victims / survivors, our memories are long. You can run, you can hide, but justice will find you. You know, I'm going to be cynical for a moment. I hope it's true. I hope what she says comes to fruition. I hope that the domino effect will go to Kevin Spacey. I hope it will go to Harvey Weinstein. I hope it will go to Woody Allen and many other people that don't look like Cosby that have done just as bad as he does. I hope it does. This is Deetra Kelsey, and you just watched Sister Talk TV show with my guests Mark Lafee, Maury Moss, and Cynthia TURNQUEST-JONES. And as always, I'm wishing you peace, love, and remember to stay in the light.
Peace.
When you need someone who understands, I know what you're missing. Sister Talk. No matter what you're going through, don't worry, I ain't going nowhere. Sister Talk. If you ever feel alone, say the word, I'll be right there. Sister Talk. Sister, 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 sister talk, sister, 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 sister talk, sister, 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 sister talk, sister, 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 ooh, sister talk.